Welcome back, or welcome to the first episode of the Review Crew podcast. I'm Gavin.
And I'm Dylan.
All right, let's get into some facts about the movie before we start. The movie came out on July 26, 2024, and had a budget of over $200 million. Surprisingly, it has already made over $600 million. Ryan Reynolds plays Deadpool as always, with star actor Hugh Jackman for the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. Let's quickly get into some description about what the movie was about. The Time Variance Authority, also known as the TVA, came in contact with Deadpool because his timeline was dying. He was informed that they were basically going to incinerate it, and they wanted him to help with other timelines. But he didn't like that idea because he didn't want to lose his friends and everybody that he had in his current timeline. So he teamed up with Wolverine to make a change and fight against them. And yeah, that was basically the basic plot of it. And then there were some other parts, and there's just a lot of comedy and other stuff. Dylan, can you give us a little description as well?
So after Deadpool realized that his world was going to be destroyed, he actually decided to fight against the time variance so that he could keep all of his friends, even though he wouldn't be recruited to the time variance. And to do this, he seeked the help of Wolverine to help defeat the time variance.
Yeah. I mean, what was your favorite part about the movie?
My favorite part was probably the funny references and just the comedy in general.
Yeah, I would say like one of the real positives is probably just the comedy. I mean, there were so many jokes. Like, I won't spoil too many of them, but there were some pretty. There was the funny Gossip Girl joke at the start.
Yeah,
There was a lot of them, and I think that's kind of just the theme of Deadpool is like just how funny it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like your normal Marvel movie. And I think that's kind of what makes it special. But yeah, um, I would say just the humor, and then my overall favorite part would probably be when Nice Pool died,
oh
or was
yeah,
basically sacrificed. And for anyone that doesn't know who Nice Pool is, basically in the movie, there's like hundreds of different Deadpools that show up, and Nice Pool is one of them. They find him in like basically the dumpster realm where
yeah,
they get dumped in the movie. So it's funny. He has a dog, Deadpool dog, which is basically it's a dog in a Deadpool costume, but it was still funny. Anyways, in the scene that I like the best, Deadpool basically picks up Nice Pool and it uses him as a human shield. He gets shot like 500 times, and then Deadpool brings him back to the side and is like, "When do you regenerate?" Because Deadpool regenerates, and Nice Pool was like, "I don't regenerate," and I was like, "Oh, that's my favorite part because Deadpool basically just sacrificed him."
yeah. Uh, yeah, I also agree. That was one of the best parts of the movie. But personally, one of my favorite parts was when Deadpool got interviewed for the Avengers.
Why is that?
I think it was pretty. I think it was pretty good because it like sparked a lot of the like it sparked a lot of what was going to happen later in the movie. Like when Deadpool wanted to join, except he didn't. They said he wasn't qualified yet.
Yeah, he wanted to be a hero, and they basically were like, "Yeah, no, you're not ready for this."
Yeah,
And then he got contacted by the TVA, and he was like, "Sick, I'm gonna be a hero." And then he was like, "Wait, this isn't right. You're destroying timelines."
yeah.
Um, Dylan, what do you think some negatives were? Some things you might have not liked as much?
Um, I don't. I don't know if these would be counted as negatives because they add to the movie, but I don't know if people would really enjoy. Some people, at least, would really enjoy a lot of blood and cursing that's in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, personally, I think that they both added to the humor of it,
Hmm.
except if you're like a parent or someone who doesn't really enjoy seeing those things, I'd stay away from it.
Yeah, this is probably a good time to mention that it's rated R for language and violence.
Yeah, and a
But
few other things.
yeah, but I would say that I mean there is some blood, but I don't really think it's that bad. It's just a little bit more. I mean, it's not your standard Marvel movie, so it's definitely not. Because I think most Marvel movies are PG-13.
Yeah,
It's not really that, but I think it is definitely. It all goes with it. Like it's not really that bad, but they kind of have to slap an R rating on it because it's not close enough to PG-13. Like it's kind of in the middle.
yeah. It's
Um,
like good in its like own way that a lot of other Marvel movies haven't like reached or
Yeah, I mean, we're already on the 3rd movie, and, like, I feel like there could be a bunch more because it's not like I mean, a lot of Marvel movies just have heroes and all of this, and it's a lot of fun, and I guess some people call Deadpool a hero, but, like, not really.
Yeah.
And so it's just like it's just a relief from the normal, "Oh, it's a superhero, it's a supervillain fight," and then that Deadpool's like, "I'm really neither, and you guys all suck."
Yeah. It's also like after Endgame and Infinity War, they're honestly, I kind of lost interest in all the superhero movies because I
Mhm.
felt that it was like the end to all of them. So Deadpool, like, it kind of made me enjoy them again, you know?
Yeah, because I know they release a lot of shows and, like, all this stuff, like, I know there's a bunch of them, but after, like, that last movie where all the main actors were, like, kinda gone, yeah, it kinda killed the movies.
Yeah.
The movies just weren't the same, and then they kinda just kept putting out TV shows, but I mean, the Deadpool movie just definitely got me more interested in Marvel again when I kinda hadn't been interested for a long time. Um, what do you think is your overall rating, Dylan?
I'd probably say around 4 to 4.5 because honestly, it's like one of the best movie that I've seen this year, but I don't know if it would be considered a 5 yet.
Yeah, I think a 5 is kinda like a perfect thing. I mean, or maybe something that you really, really like. I thought it was really good, but I wouldn't say that I thought it was something amazing. I thought it was funny, I thought it had a lot of action, obviously, it's some violence if people don't like that, but, I don't know, the 2 actors definitely went really well. I would say probably around 4.5 stars, but to add on to that, I'd also probably say I'm just excited to see, like, the crossover between Marvel and X-Men because obviously they're gonna be able to start doing that now,
Oh yeah.
and there were many references to, Fox in that movie
Hmm.
and all that, so what do you think about, like, the future of, like, what could happen next?
Yeah, I think it'll Marvel definitely try and like have X-Men and Marvel crossover or X-Men and Avenger crossovers because it'll probably like spark new life into the movies and I think a lot of people would also enjoy it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would enjoy seeing some not new characters, but new, combinations of characters really together because I think a lot of people are kinda sick of just seeing the same characters recycled and used for shows, and especially when a lot of the actors are just gone.
Yeah.
Um, and I would also say that, like, for the future, like, I don't know, how many Deadpool movies do you really realistically think there could be?
Uh Knowing Marvel, there's probably like 10 more that they're planning, but I don't know how well they're gonna do.
I mean, I feel like there could at least be 1 to 2 more that I would hopefully enjoy, but I mean, after that, like, no movie series can be stretched too far, that's what shows are for, I feel
Yeah.
like, but I don't know, maybe we'll get a Deadpool comedy show in the future.
Yeah.
I'm just yeah, it's just a lot of fun to watch those movies because I feel like I don't know if you watch them with your friends, your family, or whatever you do, but it's definitely just a fun experience because you kinda look over with the people you're sitting next to and you're like, because you all understand the stupid jokes and
Yeah.
all of that, and definitely also, like, him always talking to the audience is another thing.
Oh, yeah, like the fourth wall breaks or whatever it's called.
Yeah, like, that is something that is really unique to Marvel movies, and I really think that kind of puts it all together. Because I don't know, would you say Deadpool was the most unique type of, like, Marvel superhero movie?
Yeah, probably that I've seen, like I don't think I've seen any other one that does it like Deadpool.
I mean, I know there's obviously other shows and other movies that do stuff like that, but in the Marvel universe, there's really not, and I think that makes it interesting, and then I also wanna mention that, like, when we were watching the movie, I was kinda amazed by all the Deadpools there were, like,
Yeah.
I mean, there were hundreds, right? What was your favorite, like, variant of Deadpool, would you say?
Probably a I don't know, probably dog pool, like nice pool's dog.
Yeah. That whole thing was funny. They turned it into, like, a whole comedy thing.
Yeah.
I know, but there was also I saw, like, a baby pool.
Oh, yeah.
It was, like, a chubby baby in a Deadpool costume. It was I mean, they just find so many ways to make it creative, so you really never get bored because they put a bunch of silly things on screen constantly, and I'm like, "Oh, there's that. I wasn't expecting that."
Yeah.
And then you think, "Oh, it's going through the plot of a normal Marvel movie," and then it turns into something crazy 5 seconds later.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's just, something that you should probably see if you haven't already.
Let's talk real quick, let's talk about, like, how do you think about, like, the middle and, like, the ending of the movie? Like, how describe how, like, it went, like, how the events turned out.
Um, I don't know. Well, in the middle, like they get transported to this world where all like the scrapped Disney content goes, or like Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel content. Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't know how I could say this without spoiling it, but
basically,
yeah, they find a bunch of people and they try and team up to get out of it, and
they try to team up to get out of basically what is a void, and there's someone running that void,
oh
which is
yeah, which has like crazy powers that
yeah, it's
can honestly
basically
do anything.
yeah, it's basically just one of the not X-Men, but like similar powers to one of them, kind of thing,
Yeah.
where she kind of runs the place, and then it makes it more interesting because they're trying to get out, but the story is that, like, no one's ever gotten out of there, and it just makes it interesting because then they all band together. Deadpool kind of bands together with and Wolverine kind of band together with people that have been stuck there forever. Because there's the one person running the place, and then all of her kind of like henchmen,
Mm-hmm.
because they're scared and they don't want to get killed, so they're just with her. And then there's the people that don't want to be with her but are in hiding, kind of.
Yeah.
Um, and then basically go into it, like the TVA, Time Variance Authority, wanted to basically wipe Deadpool's timeline, and they were going to use this basically timeline destruction machine. Um, Deadpool didn't want that to happen,
Yeah.
and so it turns into, I won't spoil too much of it, but it turns into a whole thing of him trying to stop that, and then other people try to come destroy more timelines, and it just becomes I mean, it was so interesting. I don't even remember how long the movie was, but I didn't feel like it was that, like, nothing was stretched on. It was all new, exciting content.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's really just what makes Deadpool interesting. Um, and I think that is why I'm interested in continuing to watch the movies. Any other thoughts from you, Dylan?
Yeah. I think it's really cool how they in the beginning, Deadpool and Wolverine, they hate each other, and in the end, like they try and team up to stop the time variance. Like that's probably I don't know. That was cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's our thoughts on the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Our final ratings were 4.5 stars each, or yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the first episode of the Review Crew. I'm Gavin,
And I'm Dylan.
and we'll see you next time.